What an honour to be at Yale University in front of the Sterling Library with none other than Yale's rugby head coach, Craig Wilson. How you doing, Craig?
Nice to meet you. Really well.
A Scotsman with an English accent. How have you ended up here, Craig?
So it's been a fun journey. I've started off born in Scotland, in Greenock. Moved down to England when I was 2, when my family moved down there to Oakham in the Leicestershire area. Playing rugby since I was 5 years old at the local rugby club. Just advanced through the levels there. I was involved with a few academies with Leicester and Northampton, and loved my rugby. I also went out when I was 18 to New Zealand to play out there for 9 months in Gisborne, which was a fantastic experience. One, to travel, but also to play rugby in a phenomenal place. I came back there when I was 19 and played for a team in Edinburgh called Heriots in the Scottish Premiership there, and that's when I decided that I really wanted to become a coach as well. So I did my level 1 rugby coach in qualification at Curry Rugby Club, and it all just snowballed from there. And my girlfriend at the time, now my wife, she moved over to Hong Kong after studying at Edinburgh University. I followed her, the best decision I ever made, and got in contact with the Hong Kong Rugby Union there, and ended up staying there for 7 years. I worked for the Hong Kong Rugby Union, various roles from the community department to the National Academy department, and then also working with their under-20s in the Junior World Trophy. So that was a great experience. And whilst I was there, I was lucky enough to coach the India national team in both 7s and 15s. And yeah, I just took every opportunity what came my way with coaching and playing. And I actually played for Hong Kong as well, which was a fantastic experience to represent that territory. And then I just heard that there was an opportunity at Yale. I put my hat in the ring. I met with the alumni, with the head coach at the time, Greg McWilliams, and then I got offered the role. Started off with a women's job. Now I'm looking after the men and the women's team here at Yale, and it's been a great journey.
A truly international career that you've had to date, but Yale's a truly international university, isn't it, really?
Yeah, Yale's famed for its diversity. It's a fascinating place with people who want to learn, but all over the world, and that's what I find really interesting. I actually learn a lot from the players on and off the field. They're really interesting people to work with, and then to learn what they're going to go and do later in life once they've graduated. They do fascinating things, from working with charities, to going to Wall Street, to become a lawyer, to go into the medical field. It's such a fantastic bunch of people, and I'm a lucky one to be here and working at Yale University.
So, of course, the opportunities for student athletes exist across the whole of the United States, particularly at Yale, though. Rugby, let's talk about Yale Rugby. Where are we at the moment in terms of landscape?
Yeah, it's a long history. Actually, 1875 was when rugby was first played at Yale University, and there's a famous, in American football terms, there's a famous person called Walter Camp. Now, Walter Camp was a rugby player at Yale. He was famed for creating the forward pass. He was either not very good at rugby or just had a bit of foresight, but that became, as we know, American football as we know it now. He was a rugby captain. So it's been around since 1875. I would say there was a revolution for the program back in 2014. Greg McWilliams from Ireland came over, and then I joined him in 2015 to assist him with the men and the women's program. And from there, last season we had our best success for a long time. We beat some of the big teams. We beat Harvard, we beat Princeton, we beat Fairfield, and we've been building from there. But where the big difference was, we became treated like a varsity sport. We're in the varsity gym. We have medical. We have players who are coming in. We've got full-time coaching. So the whole off-field support has significantly increased, and that's allowed us to be competitive on the field and give these student athletes the best possible time that they can, both on and off the field.
We've met a couple of guys that have recently taken up rugby, which is very exciting in terms of rugby as a global sport. It's probably a relatively new but maturing sport, would you say, in the United States? Professional leagues now, currently in the World Cup.
Yeah, so you kind of hear the comment sleeping giant quite a lot. There's pockets of rugby here. It's been around for a long time. The difference is it's becoming organised now. With the formation of the Major League Rugby, a team just down in New York, there's a team in Boston as well. We're situated right in the middle of them. And once that begins to grow and the players are coming through those systems, their feeders is going to be from the college game. the college game is where the support is, and so yeah, it's definitely a growing game, but the appetite for it is significant. And as you mentioned, with our players, we're often dealing with brand new players to the game. So that's the fun part for me as a coach. I get to work with brand new players, but also working with players who want to continue to represent the USA team or represent a Major League Rugby team, and those avenues weren't there before. So it's really fun for me as a coach to work with the different type of players in the US.
Yeah, and I suppose the attraction perhaps for international students, maybe British or from South Africa, Australasia, South America to some extent, hotbeds of real rugby heritage, but academic, so you can come to Yale, for example, a world-leading institution, but also keep your rugby going to some extent.
Yeah, like we pride ourselves on how well we run the rugby program. It is student athlete, student comes first, and that is critical to our whole being, that the student is at the front and foremost of everything we do. And then with the athletic side, it's what we're trying to do off the field to create the experience for them to really enjoy their rugby, but also be pushed at rugby and be challenged and learn new things. So it's not just come in and kind of throw the ball around, but we take what we do really seriously, but we have fun along the way, and the student is at the front of everything we do.
And just to sum up, can you believe that we're stood here, you're stood here, living here, getting paid to be a rugby coach, with all, as you said, your rich tapestry of your life? You're now the men's head coach of Yale Rugby. Did you ever think that would be on the CV?
No, I didn't. I always wanted to work in rugby. I wanted to be a coach, and to be putting the Yale badge on every single day and go to work and learn from these guys at the college is just so special. I keep saying it. I'm the lucky one, but I'm not going to rest at all. Like, we're just at the start, and I can't wait to see where this program goes in the coming years.
You say lucky, but you deserve it. You really do.
Yeah, I work hard, but I enjoy it along the way, and yeah, it's such a fun environment.
Top man. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.